long business opportunity for ourselves. So I'm reminding us the essence of coming here. The objective is because we want to build a cash flow that can be flowing to you. You can be making money from time to time, even while you are sleeping. It was Warren Buffett that gave that quote many years back. He said, if you don't make money while you are sleeping, it means you are going to work all your life till you die. And that's meaning you are probably hard from you have probably had it from one person or another. So this is a proven statement that has taught around a lot of people who understand how to use it to their own advantage. So now we are in a peculiar situation. We are in a peculiar environment. If you are here in Nigeria today, excluding those who are with us now, who are from other parts of the world, but I bet you have a similar situation. We have now come to the point where we are telling people that they should go and hustle more and hustle more and also take one job, take evening job, take night job, take this job. But if you find one particular good network marketing platform, that might cover the space of about 5 jobs together. The income you can be making can be very transforming. The only thing you need to understand is just this bedrock that will give you a good foundation. Then you can build a very formidable system. So now we have come to a junction of talking about what will make us stand out. So last week, we identified 2 segments for 7 habits of highly effective network marketers. The first one is personal development of you. You must be able to develop yourself. You must be able to know yourself. You must be able to understand your dynamics of how to navigate in the platform that you have found yourself. That is about you, which is resonating with the first 3 habits. So we'll be looking into those habits one after another. So today, I'm going to dwell on number 1. The remaining 3, the following 3 is about your team. So, but let's start with ourselves. Every success and breakthrough begins with you. Every achievement begins with you. Then when we are done with yourself, you are going to be able to actually make impact in your team. Then I'm going to talk about the last habit in another training. So tonight, we will not go too far. So the first habit is be proactive. I gave us an intro to that last week. So what is, in essence, are we talking about here? Be proactive, according to Stephen Covey. So let's look at how it relates to network marketing. Networking runs on proactivity. If you hear, even if you are doing other kind of social networking, or you are in your club, you are mingling with people, you are in the church, you are in the mosque, you want to make friends. Somebody who says, I am an introvert, cannot do this. Somebody who says, me, I don't know how to make friends, cannot do this. It is not an habit of a proactive person. So networking runs on proactivity. Taking initiative is a must. Taking initiative is a must. We work for ourselves, so you really don't have an option. So this industry is a place where you are not employed. You are actually employing yourself. You are not given a kind of statutory employment letter where you have to report at work. If you are not careful, you might become very poor and lazy, not getting anything. You'll be hearing people taking testimony, but you are not making any impact, especially when you do not take this thing very seriously as a job. And that is why we are running this training, so that you can be equipped, fortified, and powerfully informed. So this habit aligns with the values of integrity and responsiveness. A proactive individual steps forward and take responsibility for tasks or for challenges without being told. Now, you are in network marketing. I'm taking it as every one of us tonight, we are actually already member of one network marketing company, because you might have seen this link from somewhere and you want to see what are we discussing here. So this is sponsored by Superlife World. But if you are here just because you want to learn, you are welcome. So you need a viable system. I believe where you are probably got a good system or a good company that can afford you to throw in all the arsenal, to throw in all the acumen, to throw in all the strength that you have in succeeding. Now, when you join this business, when you join this platform, when you join this model, it is required that you are proactive by stepping forward, not being a layback. Take responsibility for task or for challenge without being told. The same way you would do when you are employed at a desk. The difference here is that you are being assigned a job. You are being compared to work. In this particular instance, if you don't have a very fantastic leader to draw you, you need to step forward and be responsible. This attitude reflects responsiveness, that is being alert and quick to act on needs and situations. There are a lot of training that will be coming that will be making more follow up on what I'm discussing tonight. So proactiveness must also be guided by integrity, demonstrated through honesty and commitment to carry out tasks through from start to finish. So watch out for the training that will be helping us to dish out constructive tasks, constructive, activities, constructive things that we need to do. Everything I've been saying, I've been pointing us to one thing that we have to do more, a pointer to what is necessary. If you are jotting tonight, please jot very well and begin to highlight. There is more to learn. There's more to, so that's your capacity that is being built and developed for the millions you can envision. You must learn to act, not to be acted upon. I think you understand this from here. You must learn to act and not to be acted upon. So how do you respond to a failed prospecting adventure? One of the common things you want to avoid, that people love to complain about, is that they can't talk to people, they can't prospect, people do not respect them. The question is this: how do you respond to failed prospecting adventure? Someone who is clueless about network marketing, do they control you? Now, you find out in this industry, a lot of people have a kind of tag us. They've stigmatized us. A lot of people have said some terrible things about this industry. You don't blame them. It's because some fake program have come and gone. Up to now, and up to date, some people don't know the difference between network marketing and Ponzi scheme. So when they join Ponzi scheme and they lose their money, they assume that they have done network marketing. We meet that kind of counter it. So you as a person that is in this industry, you must know the industry you belong. And you must be a guru at it. You must be an expert at it. Now I call it a professional ethics. You must understand what network marketing is, how it is different from pyramid scheme or Ponzi scheme or all manner of things that people do out there. For years, I have been an antagonist of a Ponzi scheme that people know, they don't know difference. And we keep on, giving people that insight that this is not network marketing. So when they come by chance, when they come by privilege into this terrain of network marketing, they tend to do the same thing they do in Ponzi scheme in the network marketing environment. So you, after this training, you'll be in better position to identify and to differentiate, to separate the sharp from the wheat. The way to say this is the ethics, this is the qualities that are the features of a network marketing business, not the ones people presume. So now imagine those people who do not have foundation in what they are doing. now dictating to you, giving you advice about your business. So you must not allow that to happen. So someone who is clueless about this network marketing is now informing you, is now controlling you. That must not happen to a proactive person. So do you choose to react to negative, or are you proactive enough to dwell on what you can control? I'll be talking about that in the subsequent slide. So how to be a proactive more deeper into a lot of things. Now, challenges is what is being what you were saying. So these are things that are going to be coming in subsequent training. I've been writing a lot of topics down that are going to be unfolding. We can't exhaust in a year. So we'll be learning and be learning and be learning until we are better for it. Now, when you are going about your business, your basic assignment is to offer solutions. So you look through what you are doing in your company and see how it affects the life of the person you are talking to. Look out for people that have the problem you want to offer solutions. You are not to convince. You have to present your solution. You have to talk your solution. You have to communicate your solution. You are not to go about doing otherwise. And don't hesitate to take initiative without being asked. So when you are in need, it's a gap for you to fill in. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't hold back. So proactive networkers allow nothing to stop them. They do whatever it takes to meet their daily activities weekly or however you have set it. So daily activity weekly goes as you have set it. You have to make sure that nothing stop you, nothing stand your way. What can be those things? Might be maybe you want to talk to one person per day, talk to two people per day. You think of okay, in a week I want to reach people. Strategy of how you want to reach them. These are things you want to set up for yourself, and then you want to be on the page of success. Use your resourcefulness and initiative. It doesn't mean being pushy. It just means taking responsibility for making things happen. Don't pressure anyone. Don't push them. Don't force it down their throats. And you will find that you're going to be having more impact in going about what I want to skip this. So one of the things that you have to learn and then to your team is very cogent. Now, the difference between a proactive and a reactive networker is not just about 20 to 50% difference. Further, it's far, far more than that. It's about 5,000% difference. So what is the opposite of a proactive person? Is a reactive person. So you must not be a reactive person. You must be a proactive. So we are going deeply into what is proactivity and what is reactive nature of a person. We're going to stop it there tonight. We're not going to go too far. We want to digest this very properly. I will hand up on this topic, understanding the circle of your influence concept and use it to motivate yourself. So let's go and dive in. Now, let's talk briefly about what Stephen Covey profile in his book, how it affects you, how it affects your paradigm, how it changes you. Now, there are three cycles in your life, in my life, in everybody's life. The first cycle is cycle of concern. The second cycle is cycle of influence. And the third cycle is cycle of control. Now, this cycle, maybe when we have to go through this deeply, this cycle is flexible and can one or any of it that you focus on can expand and cover up the other. So if you are building your circle of concern, it might shrink your circle of influence and become smaller. If you are building your circle of influence, it can shrink your circle of concern and shrink and expand your circle of control. If you are working in any of the cycle, you can influence the other cycle. Now let's look at how this relates. Now, what is a cycle all about? Your ability to distinguish between what you can control, what you cannot, what you can influence, and what you cannot control. You will understand that as I go. If you have gone through this kind of a class before, you will probably be having a refresher course right now about what I'm talking about. So this is the ability that you are able to like build yourself to the point where your emotion, your psychology, your mindset is configured to build a better you. So, and you are able to distinguish between these three circles: control, influence, and then concern. Sorry, I think I wrongly wrote that first one. The first one should be concern, not control. The third one is the control. So now let's look at circle of concern. The circle of concern encapsulates all the issues, events, challenges that we care about, but over which we have no direct control. These are your circle of concern. This can range from global phenomenon like climate change, economic fluctuation, to be more personal matters such as other people's opinion or past events. Now, one of it's very loud to all of us in their part of the world right now, in the part of the world right now, is Nigerian factor. The policies of the government, everything that is the politics that is going on right now, the election that is coming to 2027, these are things that bop on us. We don't have any say over it. You can either be carried away and be lost by marrying the burden that is not your own body. You can't affect it. You don't have the power to control INEC or to control the president, to control the police. They are not in your control. So, but there are things that concern you, that bother you, that affect your life, affect your feeding, affect your finance, affect your housing, affect your water. Everything that is happening touches you in every way. And you do not have control over it. In contrast, the circle of influence focuses on the areas where we can actually exert some degree of control or impact. That's the circle of influence. It focuses on the areas where we can actually exert some energy, where we can exert some control. So this includes our own behavior, our choices, our actions. Take note of those things I'm mentioning. It includes our behaviors, our choices, our actions. Now, let me quickly give you an example there. Now, you are working somewhere and suddenly the economy that is just wobbling right now begin to go higher. Your salary is constant and remain the same. You have a choice. The choice you have there is to lament, cry, and cry and cry and cry and cry and lament. You can even enter social media and start abusing Tinubu. You can do that all through the year. The question is, will it change anything? No. The person that is even sort of cares you? No. You can just lament. You can become toxic to the people around you. People have gone through these challenges to the point that they are frustrated. They became obsessed. They become traumatized. They become, depressed. The reason why some people eventually commit suicide, because the concern has gotten to the point they felt they can't do nothing about it. So they will give up on hoping or trying. They can't affect it, they can't change it. So they will give up. They want to die. They want to fail. They want to, do anything. They want to commit suicide because they couldn't meet up bills, responsibility, and all that. Now let's look at that. Now let's look at circle of influence. Now, in the midst of this chaotic challenge that we are all facing, it's now in your hands to change your behavior. And what's your behavior? Instead of complaining, you are trying to look for positive things to do to replace complaining, to replace grudging, to replace lamenting. That's a behavioral change positively. You can make a choice. Peradventure, the job you are in right now is not yielding results. You can look at what can you do to augment, or can you leave your job if you have the opportunity and the facility, the resources to leave and look for better job that can pay you more, or look for additional things that will raise your income. Because if you pray in church, which is what some people have been doing, they go to church and pray for change, and change 1 year, 2 years, they are still impoverished. Now you can change your choice by doing something drastically that will change your life, instead of praying and praying and praying, or lamenting and lamenting, or doing whatever. Some people don't know what to do. They become beggars, and they're not thinking how to come out of the begging. So you can change, you can influence your behavior, you can influence your choice, you can influence your actions. You need to go out and do something about your finance. You need to tell yourself, even if the economy is as bad as this, I will not be a victim. I will be a victor. As well as our direct relationship and work responsibility. Those are things you can control. You can determine what relationship you are keeping, what work responsibility you are taking, because you are a proactive person and you are controlling your circle of influence instead of circle of concern. By directing our energy and attention towards the cycle, we not only become more effective, but also experience a greater sense of empowerment and reduce stress. That's a proactive nature. Now let's translate that into our network marketing business. You can have your team member complaining, lamenting. How do you advise them? You can have them giving negative vibes, negative perspectives, observing things that are negative. Instead of seeing possibility of how change can come to them, they are looking at how the country will affect their progress. Now, this is going to be your job to now begin to factor out how you are at advantage over the circumstance that is choking you and choking your team members. Now, that is so. The delineation between the circle of concern and circle of influence is crucial for effective time management. When we concentrate on our circle of influence, we allocate our resources, which is time, energy, and attention, to proper places, to areas where we can make tangible difference. So you're not wasting time to just be lamenting over what is not in your control. You can manage your time. You can manage your resources. You can manage your energy. You can conserve things that would have been wasted to get more productivity achieved in your business, in your team. This strategy focus enhances productivity and foster a proactive mindset, enabling us to navigate our personal and professional life more effectively. Even when people are commenting about us negatively out there, some of us have a tough skin of presenting ourselves. And people, I wonder, why are you different from the people I've met before? Because I am different. People you have probably met before don't understand what I am understanding. So we cannot be the same. So we end up winning people on our side because we have a different perspective to life in this particular platform than what some people think they have. So you must stand out in your profession. Understanding this cycle also play a significant role in stress reduction by acknowledging the limits of our control and choosing to focus on what we can influence. We must mitigate feelings of anxiety and frustration, because somebody rejecting your offer can frustrate you, can give you and panic. So this shift not only improve our mental wellness or well-being, but also empower us to face challenges with a more constructive and solution-oriented approach. So your mind is not thinking of being defeated. You are bringing up solution. When things challenge you, your head is wired and configured to bring out a better way of doing it. You are trying to just come out of that. That's because your mind has been programmed. So in summary, recognizing and applying the principle of the circle of concern and circle of influence can lead to more effective time management and stress reduction, setting the stage for enhanced personal and professional growth. This circle of concern encompasses a broad range of issues that individuals may worry about, but often have little to no direct control over. So understanding what falls into this cycle can help prioritize where to focus your energy. So this is about you being better, about you being the best, about you being the wonderful person that you want to be. According to Stephen Covey, by focusing your energy on the circle of influence where your action and choices can make a difference, you become more proactive, you become more effective, you become more experienced, and then you have less stress. So ultimately, you are expanding the cycle and gaining greater results and inner peace. So your circle of control will become very powerful now, because now you have allowed your influence to control what you can actually governize and what you can control, what you can take charge of. You see that your life is becoming better for it. You see that your thinking is shifting from the society you find yourself, from people around you. And then you find out that you are becoming more resourceful, becoming more oriented with a lot of blessings. People want to hear from you. They want to see you talk about things that they don't know. They want you to teach them, show them the way. You have become a very better person. So proactivity enables you to address issues, devise solutions, and convert others into opportunities. So when the whole world, Bible says when they say that it's a casting down, you are saying there's a lifting up. So that is the kind of slogan you'll be seeing yourself promoting. So in the midst of the trouble, in the midst of the challenge, your mind is thinking of solution. Your mind is thinking of converting that problem into opportunity. Rather than reacting to problems, you start reacting, okay. You are foreseeing them and take the appropriate action to improve the outcome. So when they throw problem at you, you are seeing the other side of it. So life is not hard anymore for you. So proactive individual who persistently operate inside their circle of influence gradually expand the cycle, gaining more influence and control over numerous facets of human nature. They started having resources to become very relevant. So they don't see any challenge that is coming that is making them unaware. They can actually provide solution. They can bring out about assisting the situation to become better. And they are gaining more. They are expanding that cycle and becoming very relevant. That way, you are shrinking your concern to become very slim. It probably will be eradicated. All right? So when you see those things, it doesn't bother you. Circle of influence help you focus on area where you can affect changes, enhancing personal empowerment and reducing stress. So you don't worry about those things. They don't give you stress. They don't make you tired. They are just giving you more empowerment. In fact, the more they discuss problem with you, the more you are energized to talk about how it can be turned around. You become skillful at it. You have done 1, 2, 3, one day, 2 days, 2, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and you are going on to become more rebranded. Your life is just dynamic. That's because you have given yourself a conditioning to influence your the circle of influence. So identifying what lies within your control can lead to more proactive and effective problem solving. So practicing this concept encourages a shift from worrying about uncontrollable factors to taking constructive actions, fostering a positive mindset. So you're not just in this industry to come and just count the number of days you have joined Triple Life, or you have joined that company you have joined. You are there to come and actually see what you can turn around in your life. Your life is just, it become like a salt. It becomes seasoned. People want to be around you. You can just be a catalyst to just make a change wherever you find yourself. So when you see uncontrollable factors, in unsuitable circumstances, you are eager to turn them around. That was the principle that you saw. That was the quality that you saw in Daniel, in Joseph. I'm making reference to the scripture right now. These are people that they throw problem at them and they turn the problem into opportunity. I don't want to go into the scripture to start doing Bible study right now. So I believe you understand what I'm trying to say. So I'm giving you where you can point out and see instances. You can look at Daniel, look at the story of Joseph, look at the story of David. He was a man that was asked to go and give food on the field to his brothers. But when he got there, he had a man roaring. And when the man roars, the whole Israel will stumble. And the man was like, what is all this nonsense? In another course, I'll be telling you about the entrepreneurship in that young man, how he became relevant. The first thing that David did on that field was to go and make inquiry from people. You will surprise what he was asking them. It's not like it's a joke. He asked the first person, please, what is the reward for the person that killed this man? That was what you were asking in a nutshell. If somebody killed this man, go collide, what is the reward? They told him the king will divide his house and his estate into two. He will marry the king's daughter. He let that person inside and walk away. Move another person again. I asked the second question again. Say, excuse me, sir. If I kill this man, what is his reward? They told him again. He sampled people's opinion and confirmed what he was going into. That's entrepreneurship. That's opportunity. So while people are seeing fear, seeing death, seeing catastrophe, the man was seeing glory. He was seeing height of excess, of exaltation. And he went in proactively to challenge the biggest man on earth that the whole world was daring. So look at problems, look at challenges, and turn them around constructively to foster your own positive mindset. Now let's look at the other side of the pendulum. When you are reactive, who are you? When you are reactive, who are you? In contrast to proactive people, reactive people tend to concentrate their effort and attention on their circle of concern. Instead of taking control of their behavior and attitude, they are frequently influenced by external events and circumstances. What they see happen weigh them down. The news they hear from television puts a burden in their hearts. Increase in the price of fuel give them high blood pressure. So when they hear things that is not in their circle of influence, they are bothered, they are disturbed, they destroy their medulla oblongata. Their emotional states and responses are influenced by their surroundings. They frequently feel overwhelmed, powerless, and frustrated because they believe they have little control over things. So you are seeing what is a features and character of a person that is reactive. They allow surrounding, they allow events, they allow happenings to determine what their choice of decision will be, what will happen to, what will be their actions. So they are, if friendly, because of what they are going through, they are overwhelmed, they are powerless, they are tired, they are frustrated. People have gotten bad bosses who are frustrated their life and they have become great for it. But some people, when they have bosses that are bad, they become depressed, they become oppressed, they become frustrated, and they might even quit the job without even taking any notice to anybody. Who are you in this corridor? Reactive people usually worry about situations beyond their control, such as other people's actions or large-scale global catastrophe. What happens in Gaza, what happens in Afghanistan, what happens in whatever it is what is worrying them. They are bothered about things that doesn't have to bother them. Their thinking is primarily defensive, responding to the world around them rather than actively changing it. there are other things we want to point out and go into that. Time will not permit us tonight. So it's a short time really. So these people frequently feel stuck because they believe that their happiness and success are determined by external factors. If you're in a family where you have a toxic environment, activity of what you have around you. I was a victim of that many years back. And my timidity growing up as a boy was born out of that, because what I need to do is being influenced by the factor I see around me. So if you are that kind of a person, you cannot come out of it. You allow those circumstances to dictate your life. This mistaken negative emphasis frequently, he kept them within their circle of concern, limiting their ability to broaden their circle of influence. So you will be able to see what you can do. When they have to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know. You see, people that they are often, I do know kind of people. I cannot, I won't, I will not be able. They will just see negativity in every of their responses. And most times they come with defensive attitude of telling you why they cannot do it. They don't see possibility, they don't see opportunity, they don't see things that is in their power to do. They wait until other people do it or dictate for them. They wait until their boss say it. They don't have initiative of their own. I'm not a product of my circumstance. I am a product of my decision. That is the word of Stephen Covey. So we're going to end it there tonight. I think I thought it would take me longer than this, but it's not going to. So here is going to be the segment. So look at you. Are you a reactional person? Because of light, I wanted to put some questions tonight. So for next week, you'll be having some class, some exercise we'll be doing at the end of class like this. So I want to ask a question of who are you? Are you a reactive person? Or are you a proactive person? How will you use your proactivity to affect your business positively and take you from point A to point B to point climax of your success? So look at this quote by Stephen Covey and declare to yourself that I am not a product of my circumstance. I am a product of my decisions. I am not a product of my circumstance. I am a product of my decision. And what is the quality of your decision? What is the quality of your decision? So at this junction, thank you very much for holding on to this moment and participating in tonight's training. I'll appreciate